How to find your dream client in your home staging business. So if you find yourself either working with clients who aren't a fit for you and your business, or you just can't seem to find those dream clients who would just change the game of the business that you're in, then listen up. I have worked with now over, I would say 1,000 home staging clients, and some of those clients have been dreamy clients and some not so dreamy. And the reason behind that is I wasn't specific on who it was I was looking for. When I became specific in my home staging business, I found my dream clients who totally changed my business forever. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to identify them and how to find them. Let's dive in. So when I was building my home staging business, I launched it when I was 17, and my very first year, I was doing okay. I had created £30,000 in revenue, which I was really delighted with. I was 17 years old, and I really had no clue that that was even possible. However, I felt like I was just ticking along. Have you ever felt that way, where you just need something big to come along and change the game? And just change the future of your business. Now, I was hunting for clients all of the time, and I just couldn't seem to find the dream client that business gurus talk about. However, I totally changed my ideal client avatar and also just my attitude towards finding the right client. I then found my first client who had 10 properties to stage in Liverpool, and it changed the game for really the rest of my whole career. It was a block of 10 apartments in Liverpool. It was a converted jail, and it was such an interesting sort of property to stage. It was a serviced apartment block. There was 10 properties, and they were all really, really quirky. I'll actually link some photos to it here so that you can see that it was just really cool. There was exposed brick walls, there was bars on the window. It was actually a little bit eerie. But, I said yes to this job. I wasn't really ready for it quite yet, but I knew that if I said yes, that I could go all in and I could make it happen. And you can see the results. Now, there was 3 things that I would say that I really implemented in my business to be able to get a client like that. It was an £80,000 install, and it just completely changed the game. It put me in the right trajectory for the rest of my career. And then I started to find more and more clients like this. I staged a block of 45 apartments in London. And then ultimately my biggest ever sale was 169 apartments in one block. And that was just on a whole other level. But how do you find these clients? Well, that's what I'm going to share in today's video. Let's dive in. Firstly, and I feel this with anything, the first thing you really need to work on is your mindset. Do you have the mindset worthy of getting your dream client? I work with so many women at STAGERBOSS. I've actually worked with now over 30,000 women in the last 12 months inside our free online programs. And what I often hear is really quite negative language from people that are not in the right mindset. It could be finding a client is so hard. I just feel like this is never going to happen. One of the only pieces of advice I give at this stage is the harder you say it is, the harder it is going to be. Changing your mindset from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance is obviously easier said than done. However, being able to change that perspective to I attract clients to me in tenfold. I am an ideal client magnet. I know there's so many clients out there. I just have to find and attract them. And it really changed the game when I started to look at it in that perspective, rather than there was a lack of my ideal client out there. So I think for that very first install, it was my big dream client of 10 properties. On my other properties, on my other clients, I had to go through those in order to get there to actually create the belief within myself. Ideal clients are out there. So use that affirmation. I'm an ideal client magnet. Clients are out there everywhere. There's 7 billion people on earth. I am going to attract my ideal clients to me, my business, and my brand. Step 2 was really to understand who they were. And I really wasn't able to do this until I could visualize them. And I feel that way in so many different things. I have a vision board at all times somewhere in my home, usually at my office. And I feel like when I visualize things, I've made them happen. They then came into my reality. For example, my vision board, I had the dream of buying myself a Range Rover at 21. I achieved it. I had a dream of being on TV. I achieved it. I had the dream of publishing a book. I achieved it. And it's very similar even when it comes to ideal client, your ideal income. Visualize what it is you want to achieve and you can make it happen. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through a visualization of what does my ideal client look like. When we tap into this visualization, it's going to become a lot more real for you. You're going to be able to feel how it feels to be paid by that client and also just to visualize who they are. So what I would do is I'd love for you to close your eyes. And this may seem like a silly sort of exercise, but it's really, really powerful to imagine who it is you ultimately want to work with. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you're in a white room with white walls, a white floor, and a white ceiling. No windows, but at the opposite end of the room from you, there is a door. Now, your ideal client is going to walk through this door. Now, you're standing there, they're opening the door. Who is it that walks through? Are they male? Are they female? How old do they look? Are they middle-aged? Are they older age, younger? And when they walk through the door and they start walking towards you, what is their gait like? Are they walking with purpose? Are they walking slowly, very calmly? How are they approaching you? And as they approach you, how do you greet each other? Is it a friendly hug? Is it a friendly business-like handshake? What is your relationship like with this ideal client? And as they greet you, they actually pull out of their pocket or their handbag a check. Now that check is addressed to you, but it is completely blank. There's no amount of money on there. Number one, what is on that check? How much money is it they're paying you for your service? And what is it that you're paying? What is it they're paying you for? What are they paying you for? Just sit with that for a second. Who is that ideal client and how does that feel to receive that check? Now, before I dive into my third point, go to the comments below and put in the comments who your ideal client is. I'd love to hear from you. Get specific as possible. Stick that in the comments and we'll jump on to point 3. So you visualize who your ideal client is. Now your next step is to work out what transformation is it I provide for this person? What value is it that I add to their life with my service? Now I like to call this the A to B transformation. Your A point is where your client is before they work with you. The B point is where they will be after they work with you, you provide your service. Now, working out where your client is right now, think about the pains and the struggles that they are currently facing. Is it that they can't sell their property? Is it that they need to release finance from this deal to then go on and do more property deals? Is it that they need a higher nightly rate because they're trying to replace their 9-to-5 income? What does that look like? What is your A point for your ideal client? And what will their B point be after they have used your service? So if I was to use my mum's example, my mum has a property, it was on the market for 3 months, it wouldn't sell, I'd staged it, and the B transformation is the property sold in 3 days above the valuation, and the client bought all of the furniture too. So that's my A to B transformation. Now, how we take this transformation is then we create it into our transformation statement, also slightly known as an elevator pitch. So we could use this at a networking event or in our social media bios. And this is how you describe how you help clients and transform them from A to B. So it basically works as, hey, I am name from company. So, hey, I'm Liv from STAGERBOSS. And I help insert person. So I help home staging business owners go from A to B, your A to B transformation. I help home staging business owners go from struggling to replace their income to launching successful 6-figure home staging businesses. And then you can even add on there via home staging, for me, via online courses. So use that statement in your social media profiles when you're networking and someone asks you what it is that you do. The reason that you want to have that statement is because people care what transformation you're going to provide to somebody and how you're going to do it. Give them what they want, which is a transformation, and sell them what they need, which is your home staging service. So if you're ready to get really dialed in about your dream client and spend 2 full days working on growing your home staging business, then go to STAGERBOSSLive.com and purchase your ticket to our next STAGERBOSS Live event. Honestly, this event is such a life-changing event for the women that attend, and we've had clients go on from just launching their business to the next event collecting 6-figure awards. So go to STAGERBOSSLive.com and I will see you there.